Hey there! So today we have another beer talk. It's not even a rant. It's someone posted in the comments about asking for my favorite non-hazy IPAs, and I thought I'd give you guys a list. So first thing, if you ever let's do an introduction. First thing, if you ever want to ask me about like style recommendations, just give me your state. It's really helpful. Like America's big and distribution is not perfect. Like there's so many beers that you cannot get that I cannot get. So just like give me style or something you're interested in, but give me your state at least, right? I don't need your address. So this is gonna be the introduction to the ones that I can get in my market, which means like if I can get in my market, pretty good chance. Like Florida's not a great craft beer state. Like my distribution is probably relevant to a good amount of your distribution, especially since this channel started in New York. A lot of probably guys are in the East Coast, North, New England, Mid Atlantic, whatever. And then we're gonna go through a bunch of bangers, beers that I can't like swear in my life like, oh, this is the best IPA I've ever had, because like I can literally count like one time I've ever had some of these beers, but most of them are like known bangers. So let's go up. Let's start off. Number one has to go to Stone IPA. I mean, I believe it's in 50 states. They're great about their bottle still after all this time. Like I think they only put a 4-month Best Buy. Anyway, you can read the bottles. If you get that guy fresh, man, it's a banger. It's just like so. It's almost phenolic in how hoppy it is. It's dank, big, clean, dry. It's such a good beer. And that's just because like it's so available to everybody. High Lie's another pick, for me. That's like a juicy non-hazy IPA. Super clementine, ripping citrus. Here's some other ones. Like these are macros that are amazing. Wicked Weed Pernicious, Elysian Space Dust. Hell, I get Fathead's Headhunter. I'm sure a lot of you guys don't, but if you do, that beer fresh is insane. And that's like most of my list. I'm sure there's other ones that I'm missing right now that are in my market. Again, if it's in my market, that means it's pretty good in distribution. And then now we're gonna move on to like a little bit more regionality and Alchemist Heady Topper. I thought you said not hazy. That beer's not a hazy IPA in my mind. It just doesn't taste anything like one. It might look like one maybe sometimes depending on your batch, but for me, since I've had it, it's always been like big, dank, bitter bomb. So for non-hazy IPA, that thing is freaking fire. Pliny the Elder, Roaring Table All-American Burger, Comrade, More Dodge, Less Ram, 1 GBF, La Crumbre Elevated IPA, Boneyard RPM, Breakside IPA, Block 15 Sticky Hands, Von Ebert Volatile Substance. So, one more. One that you actually probably can get. They're actually pretty well distributed. Main Lunch. Okay, that's my list. All these beers I've actually reviewed. Yeah, I've reviewed all these beers, and yeah, I actually like dug deep in my record. So shout out to somebody asked me a question. I like spent like a good amount of time. Like, sorry, what are these beers that I reviewed that are really good? A good amount of them obviously are sent from the West Coast. I was in Denver, so I got to try some of these. Some were shipped to me specifically from the brewery. Katie went to Portland and got me some good old Portland IPA. Man, regionality, right? Like, so it really depends on the region. Like, if you're asking these questions, you probably are from San Diego. Because if you're from San Diego, you probably get like Mickle Port. Like you got so many like like so many stupid breweries in your region. Portland too. Like I doubt anybody from Portland is asking me like, oh, where do you get a good IPA? But that's what I've tasted. As someone that doesn't really travel too much, that's what I've tasted. It has blown me away. And honestly, like, yeah, these days, I mean, the best of the hazies will impress me more. I don't know. I want to call even on that one actually, but yeah, those are shocking beers. Like the top of the hazy, but top of the top West Coast is just as good too. Some of these beers are all these beers are insanely good. All these beers are insanely good. I honestly, like if I and how this even bigger compliment. If I could have some non-hazies more or hazies more, I would definitely go with non-hazy. You know, it's just like the repeatability, blah blah. That's where my palate is at these days. Starting from a hazy kid, starting this channel that really got this channel popular was Hazy IPA. I still love Hazy IPA at heart, but my palate's gotten to a point. If you gave me a bunch of them, and it's not even an option. Like, it's not even really an option. Like, I guess I could buy a lot of Stone IPA and Highlight. You know, I could buy a bunch of those beers. So if it was up to me, I'd buy a bunch of those beers versus buying a bunch of world class Hazy IPA. Granted, I can't even buy a bunch of world class Hazy IPA unless I just want to spend $1 million on, like, you know, other half, like a really good batch of certain beer that other half sends down here. Like, that's not sustainable. So anyway, you know me, I don't really even drink like consistently like that, like, you know, buying 6-packs and stuff. So I just review for you guys. So hope that helps. Until next time, cheers later.